one of the beautiful gifts of a physical body is that it is a beautiful bringer of messages. We have had a series of higher souls through these body minds who are not practiced in physical dimension living, and it is an art. So in order to provide a good learning opportunity, we're going to have a physical healing session working with healing the root causes of the fatigue, anxiety, skin issues, and pain at the tip of the right thumb, and whatever those symptoms represent, in such a way as to align the Jamie body mind with her soul plan, and to align the soul presences, the resident soul presences, with their soul plans, and to trigger the awakening right now, and to do so in the way that the data shows is needed, which is to provide a collective restart right now. And with that, it begins. This is a pillar. It looks bombed out. It's in terrible condition. Who's responsible for maintaining this? Calling up. Who's responsible for maintaining? I see hands going up. I am responsible. Many hands going up. Friends, all those hands who just went up, come closer so that we can have a good conversation. So now, can you see that this pillar looks bombed out? Are you willing to let them speak through you?
Yes, nodding. Everyone's saying yes.
Yes. Please help me understand, where was the disconnect? Is it that you didn't notice that it was bombed out? Or was it more that you noticed it was bombed out, but it didn't seem like it was for you to do?
It feels like a combination of the two, in that they could see out of the corner of their eyes that it was bombed out, but it didn't register as something for them to do, and so they didn't turn the head to get a closer look.
I understand. It's like a castle keep that has been undermined, and the castle walls are crumbling, big blocks are falling out. This is similar to what we saw 10 days ago with Pan, where the big chunks were falling out of the energy body.
That's true.
And that we saw it was happening to all of us a couple of days ago, big chunks falling out of the energy body. That's what it looks like here, is big, huge stone blocks that are supposed to be there have fallen down, and now there are big gaps, and rats are running in and out through the gaps.
That's true.
No wonder there's anxiety.
That's true.
Now I'm starting to see what seems to be a representation of the body-mind, and I could have this wrong, but the body-mind has bags, sacks that are the original issues that life had, the original error patterns of the life.
Yeah.
And they are, of course, here. And what the metaphor that's being used is a metaphor of a hot air balloon that has ballast bags, or of a submarine, actually, that has ballast, and we can put air in it and it will go up, and we can put dirt in it and it will go, or water in the case of a submarine, and it will go down. And that these error patterns can act as ballast bags. And as the souls come into the body, if they have awareness of the error patterns and the proper attitude, not a body snatcher's attitude, but the proper soul attitude of helping the body-mind live her soul plan, these error patterns are fodder, are practice opportunities to come in and say, first, oh, I see what they're saying. Do you recall how we saw Ra, some aspect of Ra, coming into the Lynn-Body-Mind, and first thing he did was find the contract, read the contract, and then get out the user's manual.
Yes.
And look at it page by page, relevant, not relevant, relevant, not relevant, and read everything before he put the car in gear and drove off.
Yes.
The occupying souls
Yes.
seem to be on board with the soul plan, which is to trigger the awakening right now, no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do.
Yes.
And I see writing in the margins that has to do with providing a collective restart, and there are many initials underneath. I see Black Wolf's initials and Fritz's initials and Paul's initials and
That's
other
true.
initials as well. This body-mind has these error patterns. Every body-mind has error patterns. Every soul has error patterns.
That's true.
And what makes for an effective life experience is to be aware of our error patterns and take steps to counteract them, to
That's
not
true.
fall into those same old traps.
That's true.
For example, trimming the fingernails too tight,
That's
too
true.
close. It's an old error pattern. This pain in the right thumb tip
Yeah.
is trimming the thumbnail too closely.
That's true.
An old error pattern has reemerged. Now, what is the real error here? The real error, what do I know? I know that in the relationship between soul and body-mind, the soul is the adult, quote-unquote, the body-mind is the child, quote-unquote.
Right.
The soul is supposed to be responsible for the well-being of the body-mind as long as the body-mind isn't struggling and fighting.
Right.
This is a sad, obedient dog that has taken a lot of
Abuse. Kind
abuse.
of. That's true.
And maybe not by the residents.
Right.
If the resident souls leave the body-mind tied up on a street corner known to be frequented by angry people, then we can expect that the body-mind is going to receive abuse.
That's true.
Now, who is responsible for that? Is it the body-mind herself? No. Is it the angry people walking by? Well, of
No.
course, however,
Right.
that's irrelevant to this discussion. It's the responsibility of the souls to keep the body-mind safe.
Got it. That's true.
So we see that this is not a body-mind who's pulling back into old error patterns.
No, I don't see that.
The old error patterns will rise up. That's how the system works.
That's true.
And it is the responsibility of the souls to improve upon those error patterns. A soul that is not being a body snatcher
Yeah.
is here to support the body, mind, in living his or her soul plan. And that soul plan includes overcoming the ambient obstacles.
That's true.
This old pattern of trimming the nails too close
Yeah.
is a pattern of attempting to control that which cannot be controlled. It comes from underlying anxiety. So we see how two of these symptoms are in fact one symptom.
That's
The
true.
anxiety is present and it is triggering an old error pattern of trimming the nails too closely, creating thumb tip pain.
That's true.
Now we have three primary symptoms: fatigue, anxiety, and skin issues.
That's true.
How does this sit with the Jamie body, mind, and the resident souls?
It's well. That's true.
Yes. Now the skin issues, this is not something that would take a rocket scientist to figure out. I'm looking at this, it looks like a circular tower, and it's just blasted to bits. There's big holes in it. It has huge perimeter issues. The skin is a messenger about the perimeter.
That's true.
We don't have to get fancy to figure out what's going on here, but we do need to fix it. We do
That's
need
true.
to fix it. So right now, all hands on deck. And all hands really means all hands. And so, friends, if anybody is listening to this and you think you're too busy, you are incorrect.
Oh, now I see heads like popping up over cubicle walls.
Right. All hands on deck right now. That means you get up out of your chairs, push back away from those desks. Of course, that work is important, but nothing matters more than keeping the space in which we're working well cared for and functional. And we can see that there are big holes. Now actually look at this, look at this, look at this. Look up from your desks, look up from your micro projects, and look at the walls that surround you. Just look.
I see them looking up.
What do
Big
you see?
holes. Like one whole wall is severely damaged.
Right. Big huge holes in the walls. So friends, You're pretending that your micro assignment is more important than the fact that the pillar you're working inside of is crumbling. Get up right now, or get out. Get up or get out. Those are the two options. Either way, you know what we're going to do is take away all the chairs right now.
That's
Chairs
true.
are gone. I see rows and rows of repair tools and cleaning tools.
That's true.
Choose what you're drawn to. Would you rather repair or clean? Those are the two options available right now. Repairing and cleaning. And I also see a group of people in the interior who feel very frantic that they have to finish their whatever it is.
That's
No,
true.
you can't. I'm sorry. You have a body snatcher's attitude, and I'm not looking down my nose at you.
No.
We all fall into this trap.
That's true.
You know, I fall into this trap over and over again of thinking that what's in front of me, I have to finish it. I'm so close.
That's true.
And invariably, that's an error for me. So I invite you to consider this too as an error for you.
That's true.
And now, just set it aside. Sometimes what's actually needed is a new frame of reference.
That's true.
And we see what's missing is the foundation. This has, what are we supposed to base our lives on?
Truth.
We're supposed to base our lives on truth.
That's true.
So, not reaching deep enough into truth below, an inadequate upward flow of truth has caused this pillar to crumble.
That's true.
This is what Pan was saying the other day. Nothing matters more than the continual presence of truth.
That's true.
What do I know? I know you're showing me a message about rust on a door that was just rust treated and painted.
That's
and this
true.
is on a door of the little house. And the little house is related to big house. And so this could be about Jamie Body-Mind, Lynn-Body-Mind. It could be.
It could be.
This could be a message about Jamie Body-Mind right in front of me. And what conclusion did we just come to? We came to the conclusion that this was an energetic problem because we had just had this handled by experts who seemed to know what they were doing.
That's true.
And who seemed to care and
That's true.
seemed to want to do a good job and seemed to want to impress us.
That's true.
And yet, there's clearly rust right there,
That's
visible.
true.
This is an energetic problem. And it's a problem that the team is responsible for. This house has been delivered into our care, and we must take care of it well. Just as camera has been delivered into our care, and drops of rain are now falling.
That's true.
All right.